Hi everybody, welcome to this video titled Sales Order Agent inside of Dynamics 365 Business Central. My name is Craig Kreskis. I'm a partner solution architect here at Microsoft, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for investing the time to learn as much as you can about our solutions and as our evolving and innovative technologies, in this case, the agentic experience in Business Central. I'm going to start out by just showing you how you set up and activate the sales order agent in your demo environment. Then we'll go through a demonstration where you'll receive and review an email that you get from a customer or a prospect and how the agent tackles all of those associated tasks. We'll send the quote back out to the customer, wait for confirmation, and we'll convert that or process it to a sales order. So let's get started. And the first thing you'll need to do in your environment is set up. And we need to set up a shared mailbox. To perform that, you do need to have the elevated credentials and access to the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. You'll select on Teams and Shared Mailbox, and then we'll go ahead and add a shared mailbox. Now, the first thing you'll do is give this a name. Appropriately, I just named this Sales or Sales Team. And I'll hit Save Changes. And then next, you just need to make sure you add members to the shared mailbox. At a minimum, make sure you add yourself, as I did, along with maybe another persona if you're using the same CDX demo environment that I am. I'll select Add or Save, and I'll go ahead and close that out. And that's it. The next step you'll need to do is activate the agent, but this is going to be done or performed inside of Business Central. And the sales order agent, the role of this is to streamline the process, but capture sales orders for Business Central users. And so the agent is going to analyze all the customer requests they've received via email, identify the customer within Business Central, and then engage in what we call a multi-turn email conversation. And it's going to clarify any missing details along the way. It also is going to check inventory and inform the customer about availability of items. Now you'll see for the first time there's a plus sign in the top right corner of the agent. That just means I haven't activated nor initiated it yet. So we'll go ahead and select Activate. And before we go ahead and sign up the mail inbox, let's go back to the page here. And here's where you can set up a couple of different actions for the agent on its behavior. For example, you can determine how they respond to messages from existing senders. So you can choose from the option down below. By default, you can also determine if you want to make orders from quotes. That's on. However, reviewing quotes once created by default is turned off. I turn that on in my demonstration environment. So again, I'll let you navigate how you want to configure the agent to behave. We'll return back to the first page, and I need to set up that mailbox that we created. So I'll follow the wizard, choose the Microsoft 365 mailbox option. Again, sales team is what I created, and then I'll finish that off and select OK. Once you're done, you'll activate, and then you'll update your agent. Now you'll notice that agent's turned on. I can collapse and the sidecar. And now I'm ready to go. Okay, so I've set up and activated the sales order agent. Let's get the demonstration. I'll show you what you can do to set up and configure this in your own environment. We'll begin by reviewing. The customer sends me an inquiry to the sales inbox. Again, here you see I'm logged in as a customer of ours, Alicia. And again, it doesn't have to be a customer. The agent will recognize if they're not set up and help you set that customer up upon their inquiry. But you'll see here in the to line, I've got it going to sales. There's a request for a quote. They've put in some items, and you'll notice here I also have the expected delivery date. So that's a request I'm making as the customer, or as Alicia is making to the customer. Hit send, and now that's it. Now the sales order agent will begin that review process. You'll notice because I'm set up as a recipient, that notification shows up for me and requires attention. I see the email from Alicia. I'll go ahead and review that. The body of the email comes through. You'll see here again the items from that email provide me with a quote. Everything looks good. So again, there's going to be steps with which I need to intervene to help the agent along the way. As much as the agent does automate much of this process, I'll select confirm. You'll see that there's a task that's in progress. Once it's done, you'll notice that because I selected confirm, the agent has now created a quote for me, and I want to go ahead and review that. And you'll see here, the agent's created a quote ending in 1003, and that is confirmed. It looks good to me, along with the requested ship date. And then you'll also notice that my sales quotes in the tile is now increased from 2 to 3. That process is in progress. And once it's done, of course, I need to review the outgoing message to the client. So the agent will create a presentation or a very nice styled email along with the attachment that's going to be sent out. And you can see what that looks like. There's the quote 1003 for the items requested. We'll go ahead and close that out. I'm going to go ahead and confirm it. And now the agent sends that email out to the client. So my notifications went from 2 to 1. And then the customer is going to reply to the agent, the email that was sent from the agent. Here I am. I'm back logged in with Alicia. She selects on the email, looks at the email, can open up the attachment, then appropriately replies with "this looks good." Let's go ahead and convert that to a sales order. I go ahead and select send, and now that's off to my sales team. The customer replies to that agent. I'm going to go ahead, and now you'll notice that my sales order agent has increased yet another activity for me. I see that it went from 1 back to 2, and it's a response that I have from Alicia. I'll review the message. And again, this is a setting you can confirm inside of that agent setup screen. I'll go ahead and confirm that. The agent go ahead and takes that action from me and says, yes, let's convert that. And it goes ahead and creates now a sales order. And now you can see again, I've got that sales order with the expected delivery date. Here's the attachment with the sales confirmation. And now I've got that sent off. I can go ahead and confirm it. And I'll close that sidecar. And now you'll notice that my sales quotes went from 3 to 2, and the sales orders increased from 9 to 10. So again, just a scenario, very simple, not a lot of complexities, but just to get you started, how to set up and activate the agent, and then just how you can demonstrate it using the CDX demo environment. You can see the email that I set up. We sent the quote, and now we had that interaction with ourselves and the agent. I want to say thank you so much for your time and interest in learning about how to configure the sales order agent in Business Central. A lot more exciting updates and innovations to come in this area. And so I look forward to seeing you again on a video real soon.